team, a well-deserved #1 seed. They come in winning 18 straight games. The likely favorites to win the national championship, but you gotta make it to championship weekend, and Loyola will be a tough test tonight. Samantha Smith in white for Northwestern. First team Big Ten. She was named second team All-American earlier today, going against a first team All-American in Jillian Wilson, who is in green for Loyola. And we are underway in our final quarterfinal. Who will join Boston College, Syracuse, and Denver in Cary and decide the national championship? And it's Loyola who starts with Pizzat, that Kelly Amonte-Hiller says makes Skane the best player in the country.
She's really unselfish, and even though she gets a lot of shots, it's not that she's being a hog by taking those shots. She's shooting when she's got the opportunity, and when she doesn't, she's happy to pass out of it. Stick.
Right place, right time for Elle Hansen to make it 2-0 Northwestern.
Loyola's won the first 2 draw controls.
Well, and that's exactly what will keep the Greyhounds in this game, right? You keep winning the draw, you keep earning possession. Eventually, though, you need to capitalize on all this possession.
So they need to adjust to the pressure that Northwestern. Now Northwestern waiting for the...
Now her 9th goal in postseason play, a true two-way midfielder. And you need a player who is playing their best lacrosse at the right time of the season. That is certainly Boyle. Northwestern wins their first draw control of the night.
The Greyhound goal was scored with 8:20 remaining. Quarter number 1 by number 5, Chase Boyle. Her first goal of the game, 55th goal of the season.
Again, so good at the coaching.
Well, you know, it starts they're amazing players, as you said, but they have a huge love for the game. And so many players from that Maryland dynasty runs of 7 straight national championships went into coaching. And I think it's because they had such a great experience and they play the game at the highest level. They're able to really communicate it, share the love. They've been in coaching for so many years. Amonte-Hiller, just an excellent midfielder in her day. Do it all, defense, offense, win the draw. And Jen Adams, everyone knows her name. First Tewaaraton winner, unbelievably smart player. Coach Amonte-Hiller saying she just does everything right. And sometimes she does the things that don't necessarily always go in the stat column. That goal will get her in the stat column.
4 Northwestern goals in this first quarter from 4 different scorers. That balance showing up in the quarterfinal. Another draw control win for Loyola. They're dominating in the draw control circle, but that does not reflect on the scoreboard.
Number 10, Jillian Wilson. Her first goal of the game, 30th goal of the season.
Now, we saw earlier today.
Sure, they would love to avenge that loss. Northwestern, only program with 2 Tewaaraton finalists, Erin Kuykendall and Izzy Skane.
And during this 18-game winning streak, a lot of these games, Northwestern hasn't really been tested. They've won comfortably, except for the last win in the second round against Michigan. Lowest scoring game of the season, a team that averages 17 goals a game, only mustered up 8. And when we spoke with Kelly Amonte-Hiller, she said, you know what? It's okay to get tested. I like the resiliency, the grit to find a way to win a really close competitive game. We're going to need that the rest of the way.
I mean, the games only get harder. I think it was a welcome opponent. Now, this Michigan team, give credit to them, 3rd time facing them, and her ability to place a shot. She was a gymnast growing up, so that she credits a lot of that to her body control from her gymnast skills, or at least her coaching staff does.
Well, that looked like a gymnast, the ability to turn on a swivel like that, dive in and score. That is the goal of the day in our quarterfinal matchups. And Northwestern with all the momentum right now, the #1 seed, showing why. A 5-1 lead and a draw control win, which is the only area they've lacked tonight.
Northwestern, 3 of the 5 goals been assisted, so they're really making the
all day long as our quarterfinals continue here in Evanston, Illinois, where the #1 seed Northwestern leads 6-1. We were hoping for a thriller like we saw in that Denver, North Carolina game, but Northwestern too dominant to start this quarterfinal. A 6-1 lead, and it doesn't look like they have any signs of slowing down.
No, and they've increased the pressure on the draw circle, the whole draw team working as a unit trying to get those balls, stringing together the possessions.
Loyola on the season only allows 6.6 goals a game. They've already allowed 6 tonight, and we're just 18 minutes into this game.
Awareness, the pump fakes, the slight just separation that you're able to get as an offensive player, throwing in a little pump fake, it causes your defender to pause a little bit. She's able to get her hands free and get the correct placement and get the score.
Anybody who had questions about this Northwestern offense after they were held to 8 goals against Michigan in the second round, this Wildcats offense looks like the best offense in the country, like they've been all season.
Awarded the nation's best player in June in Washington, D.C. Look at her numbers, 355 career points, 274 career goals. Tonight, 3 goals and 2 assists. She was 1 goal on 10 shots in that Michigan game, which is very rare for her.
In 61 career games, has piled up 355 points. Tonight, her 48th career hat trick, and we are still in the first half. 7 Loyola turnovers, that one the most costly. #1 team in the nation in draw control percentage. When you can win the draw, you're never out of a lacrosse game. Trailing by 6, they will need a Herculean effort from Jillian Wilson in the circle. Northwestern has won 4 of the last 5 draw controls, after Loyola had started the game winning 6 of the first 7.
Northwestern's been able to put up 18 shots on the evening. Loyola just with 10.
What a first half for Izzy Skate. 3 goals, 3 assists, 2 caused turnovers. She has done it all for #1 Northwestern tonight.
Some of those caused turnovers are some of my favorite plays that she's had of the game.
Great battle for the ground ball. Both teams giving everything in this quarterfinal. Chase Boyle not backing down for Loyola. Finally corralled.
Serafina Jamuno really working for that, for the ground ball. Separation of speed, how she's able to generate so much power. Moving to the right side, she shoots across her body to that far post. 4 goals on 7 shots.
And you added those assists too, you were talking about. She had 7 points today. She is now 3rd in Northwestern program history, passing Selena Lasota. 357 career points, now only trails Hannah Nielsen and Shannon Smith. And that is elite company.
Shannon Smith playing from 2009, 2012, part of the, just explodes off the 8-meter, and she goes ever so slightly to her left-hand side, which increases her angle when she's shooting right-handed. Is able to fire that in. Great height at 5'8" from Hampstead, Maryland. 2-time Patriot League midfielder of the year. leads Loyola in the career record for draw controls won.
Where Wilson has been so good is the draw, but Northwestern has won 6 of the last 7 draw controls, and that limits Loyola's ability to come back in this game.
Possession is what Loyola needs right now to be able to convert. 53 seconds, plenty of time to get a shot off. Good play for Samantha White.
She's been terrific tonight, an unsung hero on this Wildcats team, Sammy White.
So this is going to be the 3rd yellow card. This is going, everyone's running out the field. Very
play after highlight reel play in that first half for Izzy Skane, showing why she was named an All-American earlier today, one of 5 Tewaaraton finalists. You have to consider Skane the favorite. And if she can complete this magical season and win Northwestern a national championship, there's no doubt who would bring home the Tewaaraton.
This Northwestern program, a lot of players have had that experience of being in that championship weekend. Not won a national championship since 2012, so looking to bring one back home to Evanston. Loyola has a...
The 8-meter, nobody picked her up. Northwestern makes Loyola pay again.
Beautiful pickup for Sydney Black.
Wildcat goal scored with 10:50 remaining in quarter number 3 by number 45, Emerson Coley.
Northwestern just relentless. His defense has turned it up a notch in the quarterfinal.
Corner.
So creative and crafty. Aaron Kuykendall, 52nd goal of the season. In many ways, stands in the shadow of Izzy Skane, but Kuykendall, a Tewaaraton finalist, unanimous first-team All-Big Ten player. I'm sure she's fine with Skane taking the headlines because it allows her to do her thing, and she is such a talented player.
It opened things up. She's a real facilitator. So when the defense is focused on Izzy Skane, Aaron Kuykendall can go to work. If you start to double-team Kuykendall, she's going to find you. UNC head coach Jenny Levy calling Kuykendall the key to Northwestern's offense. Really gets things moving. Really love to see her growth of her game. When Izzy Skane was out last year, Kuykendall had to step up into a big leadership role. I can't wait. Best time of the year. We talked about the NCAA championship the beginning of February. It's on every team's mind, and we had the selection show a couple weeks ago. You realize what you do in February really matters in terms of your resume. So each game counts. Some of the big wins, the big losses suffered early in the season can really impact whether you make it into the selection of 29 teams or you're sitting at home.
So who would you make the favorite, assuming Northwestern can hang on to this 10-goal lead?
From the coaches to coach it right, from the players to really try to rein in that overly aggressive play, and the officials to both call it.
So unreleasable Northwestern player up for the next 2 minutes, no matter how many goals they score. This penalty does not release until time is up. Here's Radigan.
They're going to call Loyola for a chance that she's coming back next year. So not only might she have a couple more games of her season in 2023, she could really blow those records out of the water.
Northwestern shut out Loyola in that 3rd quarter. They have ballooned this lead to 11, so the clock will be running clock for the entirety of the 4th quarter.
I think she's better than when she was before. She was a Tewaaraton finalist in her 2021 season, so not much room for improvement, but I have just loved seeing her play this 2023 season.
I felt the same way when Charlotte North won the national championship in 2021 and came back. If Izzy Skane wins the national championship, wins the tour time, I feel like they should force you to leave. You've done it all. What more can you do? I don't know. It's such in the NCAA tournament that's about to be 31-0, a 10-goal lead with about 7 minutes to play, well on her way to another championship weekend. 9-time national champion, 2 as a player, 7 as a coach, but has not tasted it since 2012. And we spoke to Kelly Monty Hiller this week about that, and she said when she was winning all those national championships, probably was putting too much pressure on herself, couldn't enjoy it as much as she's enjoying all the success they're having this season.
Well, you know, she's a perfectionist. You know, she does so many things well, and when you're winning like that, you want to be perfect, and there is a lot of pressure to repeat and to get back there. They've had to go through some growing pains over the last decade, you know, get themselves back in the mix, but they've made it to the last 3 semifinal games, and they are the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Offensively, you go against this Northwestern team, the highest scoring offense in the nation, keeping this Loyola team to 5 goals. This Loyola team came into this game averaging over 15 goals a game. So going to be interesting to see the game plans that both Denver put into play and Northwestern. Right. Really excited to see that. 2 teams that have not met in the regular season.
Best offense against best defense.
Yeah. It'll be a definite showdown.
And for Jen Adams in Loyola, this is a fantastic.
Jen Medjid on the BC team is one of the 5 Tuarton finalists. She had 4 goals and 3 assists today, and Belle Smith had an excellent game against Notre Dame as well today. 5 goals and 3 assists. Got some really great goalies in the Final Four as well. Interesting. That's going to be a great matchup, because on any given day, the goalies can be the huge difference maker.
And for many weeks in this season, Syracuse was the #1 team in the country. Delaney Schweitzer was considered the best goalie in the country. They hit.
And Belle Smith had an excellent game against Notre Dame as well today. 5 goals and 3 assists. Got some really great goalies in the Final Four as well. Interesting. That's going to be a great matchup, because on any given day, the goalies can be the huge difference maker.
And for many weeks in this season, Syracuse was the #1 team in the country. Delaney Schweitzer was considered the best goalie in the country. They hit some hiccups late in the season, that loss to Boston College, and getting knocked out in the semifinals of North Carolina. But the Orange, they'll certainly go in confident. Boston College will go in